What's up, guys? Running the 14-inch box today, and I wanted to discuss a little bit about corner sanders. I'm sure you guys have seen the Morph sander and the Stealth sander by Tapepro. I have my Ranky pole here for the Morph sander, and this is a 93-degree Morph. 180 paper on both. This is the sponge paper, replicating a sanding sponge in the corner. I just sanded this corner with it, checked it with a light. It is perfect. This works really, really well for inside corners. It's harder to push than this one. I will say it's a little bit harder to push, but you get a nicer finish because, as you can see here, it actually sands the sides and not just the apex. This works amazing, moves very freely in the corner, but it tends to only sand the apex more than the side. So typically when I'm sanding, I take a plane X and just kind of go up and down all along the angles, and then I check it with a sponge. I get on my stilts, I do my 3 ways, kind of like most people would do, or some people would just sand their corners with a pole and then check with a sponge after and a light. This kind of gets rid of both steps. You're sanding and sponging, so it's kind of like you're pole sanding and checking with the sponge at the same time. And then I'll probably get up on the stilts and do the top on the stilts because it's going to be a little bit easier to run those top angles 9 feet and higher with that. But I was very, very happy with the results from the Stealth right out of the box with that sponge. So, looks great. All right, so my final thought on both of these sanders. If you're using an angle head, I would suggest using the Stealth sander because it's just doing a quick little buff. I don't sand my angles that much. It might look like you would, but I'm kind of just buffing them, just cleaning them up a bit. If you use a flusher and there's a lot of buildup in your apex of your corner, you're going to use the Morph sander because it's going to sand that apex more, and you're going to tend to take a little bit of that mud out of the apex that the flusher would leave. Like this. See, there's a bit of movement there. It's not quite sanding the sides. This one, it gets it all at the same time. And testing this, I didn't even have this on all the way. Like, I could have put this on a little bit better and it still sanded that apex well. This side I think's okay though. Yeah, that side got it. It got the apex, but I could have even put that on better, and I mean, I can't get a better finish than that. So that's the paper I used for the Morph sander, 180. Just folded that in half. And then this is the paper I used for the Stealth sander, Walpro Premium Cushion Stealth Pads, 180 grit. And they are angled. Yeah, worked pretty awesome.